Should they just hang it up, retire, or I mean?
I think an individual's career is up to the individual. I think that's pretty much the way I can describe that.
Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those notifications. And once you're done, leave a comment down below and I just might end up responding. While Dean Ambrose's ship jumping from company to company was basically publicized by the big bad themselves, WWE tends to not talk too openly about their wrestlers leaving the company, especially not nowadays in a wrestling landscape where WWE isn't really the be-all end-all anymore. Due to that exact landscape, it seems more and more wrestlers are slipping out of the company's grasp. In fact, it seems like wrestlers have completely fallen out of sight. Literally, where the hell did some of these people go? I'm D. Wicket, and here's 10 wrestlers who just kinda secretly phased themselves out. Number 10, Ronda Rousey. Maybe the most notable given that she main evented the biggest pay-per-view of the year and hasn't shown up since, but Ronda's absence has been very odd seeing as she seemed so hard set on killing the rumors that she wasn't leaving the company. And yes, she hasn't left the company as of now. Just a week ago or so, she posted on WWE's YouTube channel, but like, where's she at? Where is she? I mean, I'm kind of glad she doesn't need a belt, and now the women's divisions are both at least sort of more open-ish, I guess. I mean, Charlotte's still Charlotte, but you get the idea. Anyways, what the hell happened to Ronda? Number 9, Lio Rush. I mean, well, defined secretly. To anyone watching the live show who isn't necessarily in the know, yeah, Lio really did just kind of disappear one day, which is really weird to think about. But to anyone with a Twitter or the knowledge of who Dave Meltzer is, on the other hand, well, damn, man, he's been going off of those rails, huh? Rumor after rumor about this man has surfaced, and honestly, I don't know what's real or fake, but Leo's taken any mentions of WWE off of his Twitter after going on multiple rants towards the company. Gee, I wonder if there's any correlation there. While nothing has been confirmed, and technically, as far as we know, he is still employed, I would not expect him to show up by Lashley's side anytime soon.
And now what's on the mind of Lio Rush? Oh, yeah. Rush taking out Kalisto.
Number 8, Mickie James. Alright, this one's more of a prediction than an actual finite wrestler who has retired, but Mickie James very recently tore her ACL. For a veteran going on 40, that is a rough injury to work through, but I highly doubt she's going to be giving up on her dreams anytime soon. That's just not Mickie James. What I could see happening though is Mickie leaving behind her longtime Soul Wrestling company and finding bigger and better things. Think about who we're talking about. James was one of the premier women's wrestlers well before that phrase meant anything. And there's a chance that it wouldn't have happened for even longer if she never existed. Mickie helped make history once, and if her social media is anything to go by, she's not exactly enjoying life on the sidelines. I mean, she's been tweeting about where's the MILF on Monday nights. Jesus. In WWE, Mickie is just another veteran, and she's not even treated like a veteran. She's just another woman who's in the background. She's basically Alicia Fox. Alicia Fox and Mickie James are in equal stance from Vince McMahon's point of view. So why stay when anywhere else in the world she's suddenly this 13-year legend? Holy shit, that's Mickie James. We've all taken this woman for granted pretty much since like a month after her return, and I really think she's going to put a stop to it.
And focus on what I do best, which is winning, dominating, becoming a champion.
Number 7, Shinsuke Nakamura and Rusev. Well, I was hoping for Mickie. I gotta admit, this was one of the most upsetting leaves of 2019. Nakamura and Rusev randomly dropped off television since December, and clearly they've made their way out the company. After becoming entangled in a feud over the United States Championship, the two came together to form perhaps the epitome of a thrown-together tag team. I mean, what is this, the League of Nations, but with potential? Well, while some saw the pairing as a potential sign of change, those people were foolish and clearly don't know how the WWE works. Unless you're Tajiri, 4 and thrown togethers probably aren't going to work. And as such, these two must have just dropped out of the company after not being... Oh, wait, I'm sorry, what? Huh? Oh, they're still under contract. Shinsuke and Rusev, wait, both of them? They're still on the SmackDown roster, and it's just because of this new stupid-ass wildcard rule that we're seeing Shane McMahon twice a week and haven't seen these two genuinely talented full-time performers in 4 months? Oh.
Nakamura trying to prevent the offense from Black. Went for the kick. Reverse exploder. Face first into the canvas.
Number 6, Asuka and Kairi Sane. Well, that last entry was disappointing. I mean, I swear to God, Jesus, dude, I really thought they weren't Boyd anymore. Anyways, next up, huge shock. After Paige brought up Absolution 2 Electric Kabukaloo, that's the best joke I'm ever gonna write. Asuka and Kairi Sane spent a few weeks picking up wins over various SmackDown Live's women's tag teams, gaining themselves some momentum before declaring themselves ready for the challenge of taking on the Iconics. And then, out of absolution nowhere, these two just disappeared, meaning they must have walked away from they left TV the same time that the wildcard rule showed up. Oh, God damn it.
What are your opinions of the newly formed team under the tutelage of Paige, of Kairi Sane and Asuka?
I don't like it one bit, to be
No?
honest.
Why?
Not a fan.
Number 5, Kane. I really didn't think about this one until researching for this video, but like, what the hell? Kane totally low-key retired on us, and I'm not sure we like fully grasped it as it was happening. Like, yeah, he showed up for Crown Jewel and the other one last year, SSD. Honestly, I could not be bothered to distinguish between these Saudi shows at this point, but besides that, he's just a mayor. He may show up again on TV. In fact, he definitely will. He's gonna go in the Hall of Fame. He's gonna make cameo appearances. He's Kane. But what are the serious odds that he steps back into the ring? Glenn Jacobs is 52, and look, man, he probably saw what his kayfabe brother did at Saudi, and he's clearly enjoying his position in government. When he left, I don't know, I didn't fully comprehend at the time that there's probably like a 90% chance that he's officially done competing as a full-time wrestler for the rest of his life. Like, Kane is gone. Damn. Number 4, Nick Miller. Don't feel too bad if you've managed to never hear of that name before, as Nick Miller was one half of a former NXT tag team, TM61, which to me is will-o-wisp, but I digress. The team were probably about as secondary as you can get down there. They had some pretty good matches on NXT TV for either the titles or contendership to them against teams like The Revival and AOP, along with a few, if not just one, memorable NXT TakeOver matchup. But once Nick Miller's child was born, he decided that he didn't want to spend his kid's life on the road and decided to step away from the ring to spend more time with his family, and hey, that's pretty damn admirable.
TM61 is a missile as well. Does anyone bring that up? Nope. All they bring up is that it's a Pokemon thing. Don't admit that you know it's a Pokemon thing.
Number 3, Aiden English, perhaps the slickest of retirements on this list. Sure, he's still signed to WWE, and hey, he even appears on 205 Live, but he's definitely taken a stroll away from that in-ring aspect. He has phased himself out of the company just to re-phase himself back in. Well, if he has or hasn't actually retired from the in-ring competition part of the sport is up in the air, I'm going to be really bold here, and I'm going to say that he is. This is another prediction. I think I have some solid reasoning, though. The 31-year-old is by no means bad in the ring, okay? Aiden English was always fine. Simon Gotch was better, but Aiden English was always fine. Rusev was always better. You get the point. He wasn't bad, but he's just incredibly average and clearly never was hot property in the eyes of Vince McMahon. And as we've established many times on this video and in this channel, the landscape of professional wrestling is expanding. It is growing. It is bigger. You have really got to find a way to get your name out there, you know? And it looks like instead of just waiting around and hoping he gets his opportunity, it seems like English decided to put those vocal cords that were getting him TV time to use and started providing commentary for 205 Live. And let me tell you, this is pretty genius. I mean, if Corey Graves and Jerry Lawler are proof of anything, it's that sometimes an in-ring career can be completely overshadowed by an even better career on commentary. Maybe in 10 years, people will have completely forgotten that he even tried wrestling, like we almost have with Byron, but we will never, ever forget that he once used the Saxtonation as his finisher.
To actually feel the energy from the 205 superstars as well as the entire arena gives you a whole new respect for what they do every week.
Number 2, Sasha Banks. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I know everything backstage in WWE, okay? There's been rumors going every which way ever since WrestleMania, and seriously, they all seem to conflict with one another, okay? At least Leo's rumors are all pretty much the same. Half the room seems to think that Sasha's on her way out of the company, while the other half believes she's already worked things out with Vince, and her return's inevitable and already planned out. And you know what? Her trolly-ass social media certainly isn't helping anyone. So for right now, I'll call it down the middle. I mean, she's literally only a part of WWE through a contract right now. She's given no TV time. Her promotional material's all been replaced with the other female wrestlers, and some people even think Bayley's SmackDown Women's Championship win was done just to slight her. Whatever's going on here, I don't like it. Give me my Sasha Banks back, please, and preferably on a television show I can actually sit through.
Oh, look at that. If that's not a message sent, I don't know what is.
And number 1, John Cena. Look, this list is admittedly packed with a lot of speculation, but you know what was pretty much confirmed to us over the last week? This entry, as John Cena left WWE once again for Hollywood and seems to have real considerations on staying. I already put out a news piece on this, so I won't retrace too many steps, but basically, after that whole Goldberg-Undertaker fiasco, guys like John Cena, who are getting up there in age with legacies that are still very much intact, they have some pretty solid reasoning to be reconsidering those futures, and Cena outright said he's probably not coming back.
Should they just hang it up, retire, or I mean...
I think an individual's career is up to the individual. I think that's pretty much the way I can describe that.
Guys, we live in a world where John Cena may never wrestle again. Like, really let that sink in.
I've been having the same conversation with myself, and I'm only 42. It's something we got to address each day, and that's individually specific.
And those are 10 wrestlers who secretly phased themselves out that company. What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments down below after liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and notifications, ring that bell.